There's an arrow in my third eye chakra, and there's a violet flame around it, flickering. And this is the highest caliber arrow ever to exist. It's going to emanate love to entire existence across every exploration of Source. And all the higher dimensionals are going to assist by embedding the highest of highest energies into this arrow. Every time I flicker that violet flame around that high caliber arrow, it's going to get more supercharged and more supercharged. At the same time, I'm silently toning in my mind to start off. So I'm going to infuse love into entire existence in the most profound of profound ways. The dragons are embedding the highest frequency into this arrow. Feel the dragons embedding the highest of highest frequency into this arrow. And then the unicorns. Then the elves. The Arcturian Council. The Hathors, the Pleiadians, and you can go on and on and on, because there are infinite beings across infinite universes, across infinite explorations of Source. Across infinite dimensions and times and spaces. So everything, including Source energy, is embedding the highest of highest frequency into this arrow, which is still being supercharged by that violet flame around it in my third eye. Now the tone is to infuse love into entire existence. Entire existence, infinite universes and infinite explorations. An exploration, this exploration of Source origin has 12 Source entities. There are many explorations. There are infinite explorations with infinite universes. Exploration is a root of infinite, of a certain set of infinite universes. That's all it is. It's a grander version of infinite universes. There are many explorations. When everything returns to Source, there becomes another exploration. So I'm going to infuse my love into every infinite universe there is. I'm going to go across this local universe into different universes in this exploration. And then I'm also going to go into different explorations with different sets of infinite universes. And as I infuse it with love, I'm going to feel the power of everything's love across infinite explorations coming right back to me. I'll feel this. I'll feel it in my body. The Unicorn Collective, the ninth dimensional Unicorn Collective, has one last message before I start toning this out loud. They say go at it with your all. They're gonna embed a frequency in my third eye with their horns. The highest caliber frequencies. And this arrow is gonna take off. And this violet flame is gonna be grander and encompass entire existence. This arrow will infuse love into entire existence. Everywhere. In non-physical as well. Not just physical. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, tone in a non-hesitant way, in a totally resolved way. Tone in that manner, in a matter-of-fact way. Tone as you are source energy, toning. Oh, 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 oh. And when you need a break vocally, you can still silently tone in your mind with an all-in toning manner. Source is all-in toning manner. Oh, let's try at a lower volume to experiment how to get the intensity out of this. How to put the pedal on the intensity. Because it's not about volume, it's only about energetic intensity. And I am feeling the intensity, but I want to really examine and figure out what techniques, what awarenesses cause more intensity in my toning. right away I found that toning at a lower volume sometimes can help because you're not pouring all your energy and concentration on the toning as loud as you can. Well, toning as loud as you can if you're really in the position to would probably be the best, where you're pouring your heart out of any frequency. But when you're not in the position to be ready, when you're not ready to be ready to tone as loud as you can, because it has more, in most cases, not in most, in some cases, has more energetic bandwidth that you have to give. If you're really flowing it, then it's just going to be channeled and it's not going to require energetic bandwidth. And B, because you may not have the vocal power to do it as loud as you really want to. Let's experiment with low volume first and high volume again. And let's not complicate it with the arrow this time. Let's just do the tone, because it's good to mix up A, and B, because I like the simplicity of just toning with intention without overcomplicating. I feel like you have an opportunity to pour it out more. Unless you're a super focuser and super multitasker. And it won't even seem like multitasking if you're really channeling. It'll just seem like the natural thing. But am I ready to be ready? Or am I not ready to be ready? We have to work my way up to be ready to do the multitasking business. So here goes, low volume and then high volume. Infusing love into entirety. Oh, 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 oh. Another thing I noticed is if you only could hold for 1 or 2 seconds, that's fine. Just keep repeating. Keep your focus power and intention power on the desired intention. In this case, is infusing love into entirety. So this is my low volume. It's just because I have headphones on with music. This is my low volume. Imagine what my high volume will be. Oh, oh. It doesn't matter about the volume. It just matters if you're pouring your heart out with the tone. Oh. Remember, you are source energy. The vantage point while doing this tone I'm holding is I'm source energy. Kind of like Benentino described, I am source energy, and I have the ability to generate anything into my existence. to overpower and overwhelm anything into my experience, including internal things, which is in a way easier but everything is internal. The way people act around you is internal. Everything is internal. There's no such thing as external. Okay, so let's become source energy. Source energy is walking right in front of me. And I just walked into it. Now I'm source energy. I always was source energy, but I'm using this as a technique to meld with source energy's perspective. Instantaneously, I hold the demeanor, the body language, the stance of source energy, the vibration of source energy. Most important, the vibration. Demeanor can sometimes be faked. Vibration can't. You'll feel tingling sensations. And all the higher dimensional beings are helping me hold the vibration of source. And now I'm going to generate the infusing of love into entire existence with a tone, low volume. Oh, 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 oh. Pour your heart out into the tone. Oh, oh, oh. Actually visualize the tone going outwards everywhere into all of physicalness, all of non-physicalness. Oh, 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 oh. Reality has no other choice other than to morph into the intention that you hold. Generate, overpower, overwhelm. You're overpowering the generation into being. You're overwhelming the generation into being. In this case, the intention or the generation is infusing love into entirety. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 Oh. Now I feel like multitasking. I'm inspired to multitask. So I retract the arrow, keep retracting it back. The superpowered arrow, it's going to infuse source energy arrow, my arrow. It's going to infuse love into entirety. Retract, 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 release. Oh, 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 oh. I'm vibrating as if I'm already as source, which I am, infusing love into entirety. I am already infusing love into entirety, and I'm source. And I'm vibrating this way. Let's hold this vibration for as long as I feel inspired to, then tone loudly this time. So I'm going to hold this. And I'm going to ask assistance from my source energy heart center. It's giving me the vibration of infusing love into entirety. It's giving me the vibration of being source, infusing love into entirety. And I'm flickering a matter-of-fact violet flame in my heart center and third eye chakra. This vibration is soul. This me being source energy, full-fledging love, emanating full-fledging and infusing full-fledging love into entirety. The violet flame really helps. There's 2 violet flames, and there's a third one encompassing entirety. All of them, physical, non-physical, and all of it. The infinite explorations out there. Oh, do the tone as long as you can last vocally. Oh, but do it intensely and loudly. Pour your energy, all of your source energy into it. Infuse love into entirety as source energy. Keep flickering the violet flame if you feel like, whatever you're inspired to. Oh, this is my delivery method, the violet flame. I'm infusing love into entirety as source with the violet flame. There's a violet flame flickering in my third eye, in my heart chakra, heart center, and entirety. In my entirety, because everything external is me. All the infinite universes are me. I'm harnessing the power of entirety while I do this, because I am entirety. All those infinite universes, all those infinite explorations are me. So I'm harnessing the power of entirety. I am entirety. I am entirety. And I'm using entirety's entirety. Entirety's allness. Entirety's most full-fledging state. While I'm toning and flickering the matter-of-fact violet flame. Flickering in 3 or 1 location. Oh! Continue toning in your mind when you get vocally tired. Use your single-mindedness. Oh! 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 Now, if this violet flame is flickering everywhere in entirety, it is flickering automatically in my third eye and heart center, because entirety that's within entirety. So let's continue on toning with this knowing that I only need to flicker in one place, which is entirety. The entirety that is me. And that's beyond enough. It's beyond powerful to flicker in one place. So let's continue on with the toning. Oh, 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 oh. The other thing I can do, since I can't vocally last more than 1 or a half second, is decrease the volume, but keep the intensity, so I could go longer bouts vocally with the intensity. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. It's good to mix it up, I said. So let's go back to the loudness because I like that, or semi-loudness. Keep awareness and mindfulness, super mindfulness at all times. Be super present. And then by being super present, there are infinite benefits from being super present. But right now, being super present will let me know what volume is best suited for me. Also, one of the best things to do is be hyper aware of your vibration. Because when we're in a fifth dimensional state, we will be hyper aware of our vibration. And it's good practice. We will be aware beyond any measure of our vibration. It's good practice to get a head start and get practice, so you could be even more hyper aware than anything, beyond anything. These are powerful things to practice. It'll give you the best possible fifth dimensional experience. And I am fifth dimensional right now, but I'm talking about when we shift, that type of fifth dimensional life. It's giving me the best fifth dimensional life right now. But I'm talking about our hyper awareness will be profoundly impacted when we ascend to the fifth dimension by practicing in the fourth dimension. So always practice your hyper awareness of vibration. Keep practicing. Oh, maybe making a different vowel sound will help. E. really like the I can feel the vibration of the high pitchy. So you can either flicker the violet flame in your third eye chakra, heart center, and entirety, or just entirety alone. Mix it up. I'll go to 3 locations, 2 of the locations being in entirety, because it helps you be in your body as well while experiencing this experience of tones for infusing love into entirety. I don't even have to do the E loud. That's how good it is. And it's always good to be honest. If your mind drifts from every now and then, it's better being honest and acknowledging and being aware that your mind drifts, so you could actually improve your mind, super mindfulness. And practice with mindfulness and employ other techniques to gain super mindfulness. I think it's one of the last tracks, or last bit of my music track. So I'm gonna go all the way in. can also tone to music. And now I'm going to move on to light languages. And I'm not 100% sure if this is light language, but these are channeled sounds. I'm embedding energy into these sounds, so they can be similar to light language. Da 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 da, for the intention of infusing love into entirety. Da 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 da. That was energetic, those light languages, or whatever they are. Thank you for listening. I have to reload the music and I'll continue on.